Hello, we are Dr. Linda Ferrington and Dr. Jessica Macer-Wright, academics based at the Rural Clinical School in Port Macquarie, where we teach Phase 1 medicine. Our campus is small. In Phase 1, we have around 50 students, and as a result, we get to know our students well, and we've created an environment where students feel supported and part of a close community of peers and staff. When the COVID lockdown struck late in Term 1 and teaching moved quickly online, maintaining our connected environment and ensuring students' three basic psychological needs, relatedness, autonomy and competence, became significantly more challenging. We polled students in Term 2 to find out how they were managing in the online environment. More than half of responding students told us they were feeling overwhelmed. We knew we had to try harder to shape the learning environment to try and improve student wellbeing and connectedness. We embedded strategies into the curriculum that we theorised would impact wellbeing by targeting some areas of self-determination theory. We constructed 4 strategies that we theorised would increase students' need satisfaction, which we thought would then result in increased wellbeing. The first strategy we introduced was the inclusion of icebreaker activities in our scenario group teaching sessions, which we envisaged as fun activities not connected to curriculum. One group brought in Wacky Hat Wednesday, which helped enhance connectedness in our first set of online sessions, and it also encouraged students to turn on their cameras. We devised Guess the Baby and Guess the Breakfast activities using Microsoft Forms, both of which were a lot of fun and also got us talking about other aspects of our lives. Another strategy was to have regular virtual coffee meetings with our students, usually once a week, where we really all just chatted about our week, but in which we also did activities such as show and tell and played online games such as Pictionary, and had trivia quizzes organised by students. All of these activities were a lot of fun and increased our feeling of connectedness with our students and our overall sense of community.
We introduced some live-streamed science practicals in which we gave students a brief overview of the equipment and experimental procedures that they would have undertaken in the lab. This helped students to be more immersed in their learning by allowing them to visualize the equipment and procedure before undertaking online modules. Further, it increased their sense of connectedness to a learning community by providing a comfortable space to ask questions and clarify information. We also introduced some optional physical activity sessions. These were organised by staff, and students were encouraged to attend based on their interest in these activities. We were able to socialise and meet face-to-face within restriction limits and get ourselves moving, which was both of physical and mental benefit, as we were all spending much more time sitting in front of a computer during this period of online teaching and learning. These strategies helped us to build and maintain the close Phase 1 community that we were all used to, and improved the wellbeing of staff and students alike. We surveyed the students regarding these strategies as part of a student wellbeing project, and here is some of what they had to say. Student feedback was very positive. Overall, the respondents agreed that these strategies were useful in maintaining wellbeing, and they recommended that we continue to utilise these strategies going forward. So can we or you replicate these activities in 2021? Many of our activities are suitable for face-to-face interactions and can be scaled for larger groups. We are planning to run Guess the Baby and Guess the Brekkie games to help us get to know each other a little bit at the start of teaching this term. With larger cohorts, students could guess the staff baby or brekkie pictures. In 2019, we also incorporated Cake Club into our small group teaching. Each week, students took turns to bring in cake to share with the group. This was hugely popular and was another way that we got students talking to each other and bonding over cake. Active strategies are probably a little more difficult to incorporate and scale, but may not actually be necessary at the larger campus. Here we do not have the societies and campus atmosphere of Kensington, so some of these activities seek to replicate these. It's still possible though. For example, Greg Smith has a running group for Year 4 medicine students that takes place once a week. We are planning to continue our walking groups and yoga sessions this term. We all want to feel connected, and this is no exception for students. They want to feel in sync with their environment and have some control over it. Students should also feel comfortable seeking help. So we try to support them as much as possible, whether this is individualised or not. It should come from a place of understanding the general needs of your student cohort. Our best advice is to find ways of getting to know your students. Gain some understanding of their needs and expectations. This will help to increase connectedness and relatedness. Create a good support structure using this information. Our experience is in smaller cohorts, but for larger cohorts, you may have some form of online resources for students to access as needed, which can direct them towards further individualised help. This may assist them in gaining some autonomy, confidence, and flexibility in caring for their well-being. Check in with students regularly, as well-being can fluctuate significantly throughout the year and for different reasons. This may improve students' sense of self-efficacy and competence in managing challenges. We have included our contact details here and welcome any questions, collaborations, or discussion from you. Thank you very much.